Hi, welcome back to this video. We're talking about how to secure AS400 systems or IBM I systems using Centrify infrastructure services. And in the previous videos, we've seen secure access with a privileged account using the SSH interface. We've seen password checkouts, and also we saw an overview of the password security rules that allow you to apply different password profiles to different AS400 systems. Right? In this particular video, we're going to talk about how we can limit lateral movement, enforce least privilege, and get some monitoring and auditing going on, right? And the easiest thing, this is way to limit lateral movement is to always enforce role-based access control. With infrastructure service, not only you can limit visibility, but also you can have roles that have lower degree of access. For example, on the left side, you can see a full administrator. Notice the number of menus that you have out here, right? And the number of systems that are visible to this user. If you were to compare to the user on the right, limited number of menus as well as only one system. This is a great capability that allows you to secure departmental access or even consultant access. So they can only access the functions that they need and the systems or accounts that they need. Another way, not only to limit lateral movement, but also to embrace just-in-time access, is to use access control. So if my user were to right-click here and try to use a shared account, notice that we have this little lock over here. This means that the user needs to do an access request for this. So they can just basically say, maintenance. This will go to an approver or a chain of approvers. The system enjoys this access request capability. Notice that I have several here while I was testing, right? And ultimately, we can also time-bound access. So when the access request is performed, we can actually just give enough time, right? So the user does not have permanent access. We could do permanent access as well. So those are great ways to limit lateral movement and also embrace just-in-time access and just enough access, right? Let's talk also now about monitoring, right? So one of the capabilities that we have is the dashboards. Dashboards tell me everything that is going on, right? For example, if you look at the dashboards, I have a recent activity here. I can report on this if needed. I have an active checkout. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another feature that we have is it's our SSH gateway. And it allows an end user to securely access a system running SSH without having to visit the portal. This is great usability. And I'm going to go ahead and invoke this command. I've already tried it before. So what you'll see here is that the sequence is going to be very familiar, right? So we'll be able to use the same principles of identity assurance, even access request in this particular context. So I can just type in my password. Right? And this should be quite familiar right now. This is us requesting identity assurance, right? This is where my trusty iPhone is going to come into play. So I can have maybe an SMS. So in this case, I'm going to receive an SMS. Once I receive the SMS, I can just click on it. Notice that the SMS has the actual code right here. So if I wanted to type it, I can, right? Yes, right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some push action here. So I can just approve it. And once approved, I can just click here, and ultimately I'll be back in that system. All I need to do is pick what type of access I want, because I can do file transfer as well. And I'm already here. So if I can go ahead and type my commands. But what I wanted to show is the monitoring capability, right? So now I have an active session. Active sessions can come through the web or directly to the local client, or in this case using the SSH gateway. This means that I can watch in real time what my user is doing. So I can go back to my SSH session here, and anything that I type is going to be visible here. So some gibberish, right? Also, I have the ability to terminate. So this session could be terminated like it did here, like saying session closed by administrator. And if I have Direct Audit installed, Direct Audit is our session capture, replay, and monitoring capability. I can replay sessions after the fact, enjoying the ability to index pause, forward, all those nice things, just like if you had a DVR, right? And what I feel now is that we need to wrap it up, right? So what have we learned today? That with Centrify infrastructure services, we can secure AS400 systems. So we support 6.x, 7.x. They must be running the SSH daemon, and we allow the ability to apply policy, MFA, password rotation, secure access. We can limit lateral movement using role-based access control, our access zones, right? We can also embrace the least privileged access using just-in-time access request as well. And we can monitor by using watch, terminate, and replay as well. So I'm hoping that this video was educational.